Welcome back to our Project K channel. Today let us discuss Unity in Diversity lesson. India, a country of many ethnic groups, is a land of myriad languages, a veritable Babel of tongues, and numerous modes of apparel. For the most part of the continental dimensions of the country account for these variations and diversities. Besides, there are several religions, sects, and beliefs. But there are certain common links and uniting bonds that people have sought to develop in order to achieve the eminently desirable goal of unity amidst diversity. Now let us explain this paragraph. India, a country of many ethnic groups. Ethnic means cultural or racial connected with a nation. India, after we can see comma. India, what is India? India, a country of many ethnic groups. Ethnic means cultural groups. Is a land of myriad languages. Myriad means many. So in India there are many languages and there are many cultures we can see. A veritable babel of tongues. Here metaphor is used and numerous modes of apparel. Apparel means mode of dress or style of clothing. Here India is compared as babel of tongues. What is the meaning of this metaphor? Actually, this is the Bible event, the book of the Genesis, chapter 11. When God created man, then God commanded them, you can spread it to all the nations and be fruitful. At that time, there was only one language on the earth, but people don't want to scatter to the territories or whole earth. That's why they began to build Babel Tower. While they were building Babel Tower, God intervened. And God changed their languages. It's not like changed, confused their languages. Actually, there was only one language then on the earth. One language split into many languages. God confused their languages. There was linguistic confusion. Somebody are asking Ituka and brick or other words. As one language split into many languages, they are unable to understand. The construction was stopped. Babel Tower was the place where many languages has come from. It means in India also there are many languages. That's what India is compared as Babel Tower. Numerous modes of apparel means mode of dress or style of clothes. Simply we can see different kinds of wearing clothes in India. We can see different kinds of way of clothing nowadays. Western culture dressing and Indian culture dressing and religious cultural dressing. Muslims, Christians wear different kinds of the clothes. For the most part, the continental dimensions of the country account for these variations. Dimensions means here aspects or measurements. Account for means responsible for. What are these continental dimensions? Means geographical features, largest territories. India is called as a subcontinent. All these are responsible for the diversities. Simply India is subcontinent, that's why there are many variations. Besides means in addition to, there are several religions, sects and beliefs, but there are certain common links and uniting bonds. Not only continental dimensions, but also we can see other aspects. Additionally, several religions, sects means beliefs or creeds. Beliefs, there are in India, there are many religions and beliefs we can see. But there are certain common links and uniting bonds that people have sought to develop in order to achieve eminently desirable goal of unity amidst diversity. Here we can see but connectivity. Actually it is talking about the opposite or contrast statement. So in the above three lines there are many variations, but here onwards we can see the unity. But there are certain common links. What are these common links or uniting bonds? Actually schools, working places or offices or whatever, these are all just making all the people to be in unity. Even school is common linking place, sitting together, studying together, as well as celebrating Republic Day and Independence Day. It is really showing Indians' unity. People have sought to develop in order to achieve eminently desirable goal of unity amidst diversity. Here, short meaning is seek for something. Short to develop in order to achieve eminently means highly or important or prominent. Desirable goal of unity amidst diversity. Amidst meaning is middle or among. Actually, people they have to seek in order to achieve important or highly desirable goal. What is highly desirable goal or important goal? That is unity. The people they have to seek for the unity in diversity. Let us see second paragraph. It is true that superficial observers are likely to be bewildered by astonishing variety of Indian life. They fail to discover the one in many, the individual in the aggregate, the simple in the composite. With them, the whole is lost in its parts. What is needed is the superior interpretation, synthesis of the power of the mind that can give rise to a vision of the whole. It's true that superficial observers are likely to be bewildered by astonishing variety of Indian life. Here the word superficial meaning is not deep or shallow. Superficial synonym word is surface. Superficial observers means superficial observers. They don't study deeply. Bewildered means confused by the astonishing variety of Indian life. Actually, superficial observers they did not study about India deeply. That's why they confused as well as they surprised variety of Indian life. They failed to discover the one in many. One in many means unity in diversity. There are many diversities in India, but the nationality of the unity is in India. They failed to understand the unity of nationality in India. Individual means a single person. In the aggregate means sum or whole. Actually, the superficial observers they are unable to understand a single person is in the society or in the unity. They will not identify a single person in group. The simple in the composite. Actually composite means complex. The superficial observers they cannot see the clarity of unity. With them the whole is lost in its parts. Who refers to them refers to superficial observers. Whole refers to unity. Because of the superficial observers, the whole means unity is divided into pieces or parts. It causes the diversity. Simply, there are many parts. It's look like there is the unity, they think. What is needed is the superior interpretation, synthesis of the power of the mind that can give rise to a vision of the whole. Superior interpretation means deep understanding or individual imagination. Here we can see the word synthesis means combination. Synthesis of power of the mind that can give rise to a vision of the whole. What is the vision of the whole? Means the main vision of India is the unity. Here, superficial observers who study deeply about India, they can understand the vision of the unity or whole. If anybody want understand The unity of India or unity in the diversity, they need power of the mind, intellectual power. Let's see next paragraph. A keen penetrating insight will not fail to recognize the fundamental unity beneath the manifold variety in India. The diversity itself, far from being a damaging cause of disunity and weakness, is a fertile source of strength and wealth. Sir Herbert Risley has rightly observed, beneath the manifold diversity of physical and social types, languages, customs, and religions which strike the observer in India, there can still be discerned certain underlying uniformity of life from Himalayas to Cape Comorin. Here, a keen penetrating. Keen means enthusiastic or interested. Penetrating means go into or deep. Insight means understanding. A deep understanding will not fail to recognize the fundamental unity beneath the manifold variety in India. Here, manifold means multiple or various. If we study deeply, we will not fail to understand unity in diversity. The diversity itself, far from being a damaging cause of disunity and weakness, is a fertile source of strength and wealth. Diversity is not caused to destroy the unity, and it is not caused to bring the weakness. Additionally, the diversity is fertile source of strength and wealth. Sir Herbert Risley has rightly observed, beneath the manifold diversity of physical and social types, languages, customs, and religions which strike the observer in India, there can still be discerned a certain underlying uniformity of life from the Himalayas to Cape Comorin. Here we can understand beneath means under, manifold diversity, different kinds of the diversities. What are the different kinds of the diversities? Under physical diversities, under social types of the diversities, under linguistic diversities, and customs of the diversities, and religious diversities. Those are going to strike and stop the reader or observer, but we can understand. Discern means understand or to know. Discern means to know or understand. Finally, we can understand that simply under the variations of religions, customs, languages, there is the unity from Himalayas to Cape Comorin, means from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Next, let's see another paragraph. From his long and first and experience in India, Vincent A. Smith says that civilization of India has many features which differentiate it from that of the other religions of the world, while they are common to the whole country in degree sufficient to justify its treatment as a unity in the history of human, social, and intellectual development. Here we can see Vincent A. Smith experience. What kind of experience is it? Long time experience and first hand experience. What is the meaning of first hand experience? Means personal experience or self experience, but he did not copy an experience from others. Simply, he is a superficial observer. Actually, he studied deeply about India for a long time and his experience. In his experience, when we compare civilization of India, it has many features. When we compare civilization of India to other countries of the world, there are many variations, and India has many features. They are common to the whole country, means they refers to these features are common to the whole country of India to bring equality, unity, social development, intellectual development in the story. Let us see next paragraph. Even the early Indian history unmistakably shows that the political consciousness of people has from the very early times grasped the whole of India as a unit and assimilated the entire area as the theatre of its activities. India is not a mere geographical expression, nor it is a mere collection of separate people, traditions, and conventions. India is much more than this. The best proof lies in the fact the Indian history has quickened into life. Here, early Indian history. Early means past or previous or old. The old Indian history also unmistakably means clearly shows the political consciousness of people. Political consciousness of people has from very early times. Early times means past times. I mean, consciousness means awareness. People has awareness from the past times. They understood. Grasped means understood or realized. Grasped the whole of India. Whole of India means the unity of India. From the past time and from the past history onwards, the people has really awareness and they understood the unity. I mean simply in the old history of India also according to constitution the whole India was look like in the unity. It is look like pragmatically or by following. People understood the whole India as a unit and assimilated. Assimilated means taken in the entire area as the theater of its activities. India had won the special unity not only in geographically and traditionally, but also in the history or historically. Here, India is compared as theater of its activities. I mean, India is look like a theater, but there are many activities or different kinds of diversities. All the diversities had been taken onto a stage or into the theater. India is not a mere geographical expression or nor is it a mere collection of separate people, traditions and convictions. Simply we can understand here. So India is not only geographical expressions and not collection of separating people, traditions and convictions. Additionally, it has more than these qualities or aspects. Such a life and unity reflects in the past Indian history and present Indian history. Next paragraph. India has many races, castes and subcastes, nationalities and communities, but the heart of India is one. We are all heirs to a common and rich culture. Our cultural heritage consists of our art and literature as they flourished centuries ago. Our cultural heritage serves as a bond of unity between people of different faiths and creeds. Here, India has many races, castes, and subcastes, nationalities, and communities. It is what one sentence. Another sentence, the heart of India is one. This sentence, actually, two sentences are being connected by but, connectivity, or conjunction. The first sentence, India has many races, castes, subcastes, nationalities, and communities. I mean, simply, this is considered as body. But sentence 2 is heart. The first sentence is the many diversities of castes and subcastes and nationalities and communities, but they cannot live without heart. That meaning is heart refers here unity and nationality. We are all heirs to a common and rich culture. Here, heirs means descendants or inheritors. We Indians are common and equal to acquire Indian rich culture. Our cultural heritage consists of our art and literature as they flourished centuries ago. Literature means a piece of writing, prose, or poetry, or a report, or anything. Since Indian cultural heritage grew centuries ago, it consists our art and literature at present. Our cultural heritage serves as a bond of unity between people of different faiths and creeds. Actually, there are many different kinds of the faiths and creeds and religions in India, but cultural heritage is serving as bond of unity among them. Let us see the next paragraph. The streams of different cultures have flowed into our subcontinent to make us what we are and what we will be. There were Dravidians in India before the coming of Aryans, and Hinduism is a blend of the cultures of the north and the south. Streams means flowing. Streams of different cultures have flowed into our subcontinent to make us what we are and what we will be. Means here, different kinds of the cultures flowed into our subcontinent of India. They are making us what we are and what we will be. Before coming of Aryans, there were Dravidians in India. So we can understand there are two nationalities, and as well as they followed the mixed culture of Hinduism. I mean, simply Hinduism is a blend. Blend means to mix one or more substances. The North and South Indians followed the Hinduism. They formed as Hindustan nationality. Next, let us see another paragraph. India has 150 dialects and 22 recognized regional languages, but Hindi, like English, has come to stay as lingua franca of our nation. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Mumbai to Nagaland, Hindi is now understood and recognized as the national language of India. India has 150 dialects, means 150 dialects. Dialect synonym word is vernacular or accent, and 22 recognized in regional languages. So, Indian Constitution recognized 22 languages. Hindi, like English, has come to stay as the lingua franca. Lingua franca means linked language or common language. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Mumbai to Nagaland. I mean simply whole India. In whole India, Hindi is now understood and recognized as the national language of India. Thank you for listening. Please share and like.